What up, y'all? Humble Among here with another purely speculation video. Also about Violent J on the Jim and Sam show this week. It seems that Jim and Sam double booked Neil deGrasse Tyson. Clearly the plan was to bring up miracles and the whole magnets, how do they work thing. It didn't quite go that way though. As you'll see in the clips I'm going to show you, Jay was initially pretty excited to meet Neil deGrasse Tyson, said he was a fan. But as the interview went on, I kind of noticed some weirdness, some smugness from Mr. deGrasse Tyson. Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into it? I don't know. Let me know. First of all, let's show Neil meeting Violent J for the first time.
Oh. Please come in. Have you met Violent before?
I have not met Violent.
We've met now. It's good.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I would know.
Sit down,
if
Neil.
I had met him before.
You would remember?
They then talk about the aliens revealed in Mexican Congress and say that's the reason they had Neil on today, because he once said on their show that he would need aliens drug into Times Square or Town Square or something like that. Jay says he didn't know about this.
And I had no idea this happened.
You didn't know about that?
Yeah. Mexican Congress. They brought it into Congress and said, here are some alien bodies we found.
Exactly.
They have
now
three
they're going to
fingers.
disappear. Now they're going to vanish.
Now, you'll never hear from them again.
They'll be like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll never hear about them again.
And then Neil deGrasse Tyson will say, yeah, I don't know anything about it.
So that's what happened when they found the little one. Remember the little one?
The little alien.
This big.
No, I don't remember Little Alien.
Jay brings up the little one, not Ouija Mac, by the way. He's talking about the alien Atta, which I do believe was debunked. Also, the aliens that were revealed in Mexico seem to have been debunked 2 years ago, 3 years ago. More on that in the next Humble Among broadcast system, number 105. Neil talks about a Bigfoot hoax.
Do you remember the person who said they found skin from Bigfoot? Do you remember that? And they had like Bigfoot flesh. And they had a big press conference.
Yeah.
And then they never showed up for the press conference, but the box was left there. So they analyzed the hair, and it was like plastic hair. It was like a, you know.
Bigfoot wears a wig?
Male pattern baldness.
Oh, no.
Neil does say, and I agree with him, that they need other scientists to verify this. Neil then goes on to say that most life on Earth doesn't have a face.
Most life on Earth, with which we have much more DNA in common than they are claiming for this alien. Most life on Earth does not have a face. I think worms don't have a face.
And he goes on to question, why would aliens look like us?
If you have an alien from another planet, there's no reason for it to have any resemblance to us at all. At all. This has 2 arms, a shoulders, a legs, hips, a diaphragm,
coincidence,
a femur, bones, toes.
My question is, what if we're derivative of them? Jay kind of hints at that with this question.
Is this the most creative you can be if you're going to hoax the world?
That's right.
So
well, if it's an intelligence being, though, wouldn't it resemble some sort of primate or something?
Well, tell that to the whales.
They can't build structures. They don't have
that's what I'm
tools.
saying. They're not out here flying around just going to other oceans to swim in exotic waters.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Do we know that we are the measure of what intelligence, how intelligence can manifest
Of course we are.
in the universe?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Well, not in the universe, but
Here on
the
Earth.
galaxy.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. So
Maybe
what I'm
the
saying
universe,
is,
as far
if it's
as we can
aliens,
see,
I love it.
They then talk about Avi Loeb and his interstellar BBs that he found at the bottom of the ocean. And Jay asks this.
How big is that?
They're tiny. They're
How the fuck did they find that?
Like little ball
okay. Good.
What the fuck?
In the ocean?
In the ocean.
I just love it. There's a clown face looking at me saying, how the fuck did they find that? That's just so...
Violent J.
That is so...
You know, you guys made my day, man. I'm a fan of this, man.
Oh,
you love
no.
You shocked the hell out of me when you walked in. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is dope.
Okay.
You can see Neil trying to prompt Sarah to talk several times throughout this, trying to get her to ask him questions.
Do you have something to say? You could say something too.
No, I need.
But can we have a whole other person here?
They then bring up miracles and magnets, and they do that whole bit, or they attempt to do that bit.
to ask you a question because Violent J is here, and it's very important that we get to the bottom of something.
Because you're answering Jay's question as well about how they find those things in this question.
With you guys in the same room,
Yes.
we can finally get to the bottom of something.
Yes.
Because a few years back, Violent J and his musical partner Shaggy 2 Dope, they wrote a song called Miracles, and they asked a very scientific question. Magnets, how do they work?
They're miracles.
And they surmise miracles, which I say I don't know how they work, so I'm gonna go with you on this one.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
You seen the guy flying in the basket? Like it looks like 70s footage. Guy flying around. He's in like a basket.
Yeah, no, I missed that.
Jay seemingly dodges that bit and brings up a video of a man flying in a basket. Now, this is a video that they did play before on one of their Twitch or Patreon streams. I can't remember which one. I could not find this video. I went looking for it on the internet. I could not find it anywhere. I know they did play it on one of their streams, though. If any juggalo out there knows which stream it was, I'd love to be reminded of that, because I cannot for the life of me figure out which one it was. Neil kind of seems to be tuned out here.
Find the guy flying in the basket, Travis.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold
I missed the guy flying in the basket.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do not know.
Okay.
We'll pull it up, though.
Okay.
I don't know if we're going to be able to find it because it's so dope. But I swear to God, he's flying around in like a craft he made. He's standing in it.
Uh-huh.
Right? Looks like he's flying in a fucking big laundry hamper.
Okay.
And he's standing in it flying. And you see him flying around, right? He's flying around over a field, right?
Yeah.
Then he takes the fucking camera in the thing, and
Yeah.
he flies around and shows you the view. You can see the shadow on the ground and everything. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And this footage been around forever, right?
Okay, cool.
Okay, so it's done with magnets. You know, if there are aliens.
You mean he told you he did it with magnets?
No, I'm assuming. Okay.
Oh, you're wondering what?
Hold on.
You just said it's done with magnets. I mean,
Somehow
that was
it's done
very
with magnets.
declarative of
Somehow.
you.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And if there are aliens here, right? The things I've read and seen on TV, which means it has to be true. Right.
Yeah.
He then kind of science-splains gravity and time for a while.
Is you can bend fucking gravity, you know, somehow, and then create some sort of wormhole or something and bypass time, you know. Look at a black hole. Isn't that the only thing that can fuck with time in any way?
No.
Is bending.
Time is interfering with us right now. Time is always being touched by your speed and by the strength of the gravitational field you're in.
So then why wouldn't they just rearrange it so we can get the fuck off this gravity plane and live to be 500? You know?
Oh, so what you want to do is go to a long. No, you don't live. You still live what you think is your normal life relative to other people. They
That's
think
what
you're
I'm
living
saying.
more slowly.
It probably don't make any difference.
No,
to
you don't.
you know?
Don't feel this at all. You'll see the future that you wouldn't otherwise see elsewhere, but in your world, everything's going normal. You don't even know it.
Now, at this point, Jay says this is why he believes in God or a creator, and I think this is the moment when things turn a little, I don't know, weird? I think Jay gets a little heated.
Right.
That's why it's called relativity.
And that's why I believe in God or creator, okay? Because
Because the guy's floating in a basket?
That's very.
I would
that's
hope
damn
if you
near-
believe in a creator, it's for deeper reasons than that.
I'm telling you right now, I wish we could find that fucking footage, man, because this guy,
You got the basket guy? Come on, bro.
man, it's about magnets, though. They're using magnets. They're doing something with
Did he
magnets.
tell you he's
found
using
a way
magnets?
to fly with no propulsion. See what I'm saying? No blades, no propellers.
So here's what happens. You know, with magnets, the farther away you are from the other magnet side of that equation, the weaker is the field. So you can't just keep going out into space, repelling whatever it might be.
He's
He's only 10 feet off the ground, but he's zipping around, you know. But check it out. It's old footage from the 70s.
You can see Neil interrupting Jay several times. He actually interrupts Jim and Sam several times throughout the interview, too.
But check it out.
So why isn't there new footage that shows it even better? Why isn't this developed by him?
Because the government came and
Oh,
snuffed them or something.
government!
Now, hold on.
Oh, so
Listen.
the highly competent U.S. government is stealing everybody's new ideas.
But I want to make my point
The
about
men
why.
in black showed up. So anyone who's worked for the
dare you.
government has no equal confidence that other people have that the government can hold a secret. Look at how much we knew about President Clinton's genitalia. Okay? If there was a state secret, it would have been that. But there it is
No,
on TV.
It wouldn't have been that. Why does anybody care to keep that secret? It means nothing. I'm saying it doesn't no value to the
So
fucking
two
government.
things have to be true. The aliens or whatever secrets only are brought to the government and no one else in the U.S. government and no one else in the world, and the government has to successfully keep it a secret.
Neil seems to think Area 51 is in New Mexico?
If they're stockpiling aliens in
Mexico.
Mexico, New Mexico,
Area
in
51?
Roswell.
no,
I thought you meant in the
Area
tell you
51,
why.
Yeah.
and Area 51.
Or maybe that's Sam who thinks that. I'm not quite sure. Mr. deGrasse Tyson says that a janitor who worked at Area 51 would leak it and get rich.
The janitor would get a picture of it.
Bob Lazar.
The janitor would lose his job
right.
the next day, but it'd be the most famous, richest janitor there ever was.
Jay questions the logic of that.
I don't know. Bob
I
Lazar
don't
is still
think they're
getting
gonna just
headaches,
let
bro.
Joe the janitor up in there. You know what I'm saying? My mom's been a janitor her whole life. They're just gonna let my mom get up in there and start janitoring.
Just sneak it
You know what I'm
in.
saying? Around the aliens, dusting them off and shit.
Sneak it in.
He then tries to prompt Sarah again. He says, say something.
They would never.
Say something.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what to add to it.
Well, no, but you have questions about the universe. We all have questions about the
But
universe.
what I just want to
Who
make
am
my
I talking
point.
to now?
You know who this is, right, babe?
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
who he is.
Ask me anything. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, for God's sake. Jay then tries to finish his point about believing in a creator, and he gets interrupted again.
I want to make my point about why I said I believe in a holy creator, all right?
Okay.
It's because no matter what we can do scientifically, where we go in the universe, I don't believe anything we do can ever extend our time as a living being.
What we already have, you're living twice as long as anyone.
Because of
In fact, we're living 3 times longer than anyone 200 years ago, and twice as long as anyone 150 years ago. We have extended time, and guess what's doing it? The methods and tools of science. There's a comic
This guy.
of two
He's right,
cavemen
Tyson.
sitting across from each other, and they're saying, "Our water is clean, our air is clear, our game is free range, yet we're still not living past 30." This is so yes, science and
Neil seems to want to make a point about government incompetence throughout this appearance, which I find rather interesting because I low-key think this dude's a government shill.
so now continue what you're saying.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then, all right? You said, what the government, this and that, why would all the governments just be like, oh, we're all going to keep this secret?
I don't have that much confidence that the government can keep a secret. It's
Okay.
one of the most incompetent entities in the world.
Yeah,
Think about it.
they would,
Think about why is it that
Controversial.
the same people? No, hear me out. Why is it that the same people?
Continues interrupting Jay.
Can you really have that both ways?
well, it just feels like.
Plus, the smartest people are not working for the
But
government.
what if there's levels to it, right? What if there's an upper that it's
Yeah.
like the secrets stop up here, like all that incompetence
I'm
is
saying, like
lower level.
And he tries to engage in conversation with Sarah a third time, this time maybe the most arrogantly.
This childlike.
Wait, can I sit
thinking?
on your side of the table next time?
Sure, I would prefer it.
Okay.
Well, no, I love.
Good, I'll
Jay,
sit with
so.
Jay.
What
then.
question do you have about the universe? Surely there's one. About the universe, aliens, God.
Ask me anything. I know it all. I know everything about the universe. You should ask me anything, Sarah. I know everything.
The edge of the universe.
He's got it all.
Life.
He knows everything.
Life.
Well, we watch stuff about like aliens sometimes. I
yeah,
mean, like, we
there's
talk
no
about it,
end
and we
of
both,
Netflix
like,
videos on aliens.
we
rules.
we
Yeah.
both like believe in aliens.
Okay.
Right.
I
You
don't
don't
know if I
believe in
have
them, huh?
any-
You just could,
No,
He
I'm
wants
not-
one in the town
It's
square.
not that I don't believe in them. Let me say that more precisely.
He basically says he needs better evidence for aliens several times, which I do agree with. This is kind of crap evidence. Jay is then kind of quiet for the rest of the interview. They talk about faking the moon landing. Neil makes this sweet joke.
So they went to Hollywood
Right.
and they said we need to fake the moon landing.
Kubrick.
So they go to the and they analyze it.
Yeah.
And all the producers said, okay, well, if we fake it, we have to do this, and we have to land it, and the lunar soil and the sky, and it's too complicated. It'll be simpler if we just fake it on location.
Well,
And he says this about how aliens might change the world.
What would be disturbing if the alien would clearly way smarter than us, and if they wanted to, they can bring others and just make us their pets. That would disturb many people, I would suspect.
They talk about flat Earth a bit. They plug his book a couple times. And then Violent J and Neil deGrasse Tyson have this interaction at the end.
the new book by Neil deGrasse Tyson, To Infinity and Beyond. Your books are always so great, as are your appearances. Violent J is headed out to continue on the Three-Headed Monster tour. He's going to be he was in Brooklyn last night. He'll be in Montreal tonight. There's additional dates through early October.
I think I've seen videos with you in it doing weird things. Was this what I'm
There's
remembering?
usually 2 of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Shags.
All right, sorry
we
if I.
rap and we throw soda, and I got a
Yeah.
9th grade education.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
There's a hatchet man involved.
I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get some more of you.
I'll bet.
I see
No,
fucking
no,
peas
I'm
in the
serious.
house.
I like knowing what's out there. I like knowing all the forces that shape what we call modern civilization, and you would clearly be among them.
That's
Hell
right.
yeah.
Ain't no Sabu your mama through a coffee table.
That's right.
You can see Violent J's kind of showing his teeth here. I think old Jay would have handled this whole situation completely differently. Shouts out to Sharon Osbourne on the Howard Stern show. And I also think that this shows how much Violent J has grown with how well he handled the whole situation. More on this interview with Violent J on the next Humble Among broadcast system. Make sure you hit the like gimmick. Make sure you hit the subscribe gimmick. I love y'all. Have a good night. Whoop whoop.
Oh, is the line in the page? Out? Is it longer? I don't know. Simple line drawings will stump your brain.
Blue dress or gold dress.
Right. And now we're going to say, let's use our senses to decide what is objectively real in the world? No. Leave them at the door.